What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Probably wondering, why am I using my webcam right now? And the reason is because I have not filmed a video in probably a week and a half, just because again I was filming videos and editing them, doing as much as possible, and because of that it burned me out and I was just not enjoying what I was doing. When I was filming it or when I was editing it, I was just not satisfied with the content, so I basically just stopped filming, and now I basically have no videos lined up. The day I'm filming this is Tuesday, March 23rd, and literally, I have a podcast recorded and a video that's gonna go up on Friday. That's all I have recorded so far and edited and uploaded and scheduled and ready to be uploaded, ready to become public on those specific days. After that, I have nothing. I have nothing planned. I have nothing. So I decided, why not? Even though both my camera batteries are dead, and I could have waited, but one, I'm a pretty impatient person, and two, it takes like 2 hours to fully charge a battery, and I have 2 of them, so it's like 4 hours. Even though a battery lasts pretty long, it's 2 hours is a lot for waiting time, and so I literally feel like I'm in a Zoom or Google Meet right now. But yeah, so today's video, I'm a big Marvel fan. I've seen so many shows, I've seen so many movies, it's insane. But I've kind of never really talked about it in a way, just because, I don't know, I've just never did. I never brought it up, never was brought up, and now that Marvel is going crazy because Disney officially owns the entire Marvel, even though yes, it is its own company, but Marvel officially owns the entire, Disney owns the entire company now. So Disney is going crazy. They're bringing out shows and they're bringing out a ton of stuff. And so I was like, why don't I do a little Marvel, Avengers specifically, typed little series where I basically just talk about the phases. Yeah, so I'm basically gonna screen record and try to get as much as possible, try to show you guys as much as possible, about the phases and everything. So obviously this is phase 1, which is the first one. So yeah, let's get into it. Also, by the way, if you guys didn't notice, it's a different background. Still in my basement with the lighting. Ignore that. The lighting setup and everything. But the reason that I'm on completely other side of the table is because Nowruz was, I think, 2 days ago, which is basically the Persian New Year, or basically it just marks the beginning of spring. So to all my fellow Afghanis, all my fellow Palestinians, all my fellow Shia and Sunni Muslims, Nowruz Mubarak. Even though I'm a couple days late, yes, I'm filming this 2 to 3 days after, and I don't know, it's a big bowl of rose water. I don't want to touch it because I can potentially spill it all over the table, which is gonna make a big mess because there's carpet on the floor. Not only that, there's a ton of technology on the table. So technology and just water of any, or just liquid, it doesn't go together. So yeah, but basically I'm gonna start off with what are phases in Marvel, what do they do, what do they mean. And it's basically another way of, basically it's Marvel's way of saying story arcs, if that makes sense. So basically each of these phases is a story arc of the comics. So the comics, obviously there's the entire Marvel, the MCU, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then there you have the X-Men, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Shield, Hydra, Avengers, you know, a ton of these different little groups within the MCU, and so these phases basically kind of separate them, and they also kind of get them organized with the comics, so they're kind of like they're like going with the comics, if that makes sense. So there was probably 4 to 5 comics that came out with each phase, and they basically, obviously all the movies are based off the comics, so yeah, so those are what Marvel phases mean, or what phases in Marvel are. Alright, and we're gonna go to my computer screen in 3, 2, 1. Alright, now we are recording both video and audio as well as my computer screen. So the first movie that ever came out for phase 1 is Iron Man. Now, Iron Man came out in 2008. It is 2 hours and 6 minutes, or 126 minutes long. It's basically, I mean, I'm sure people have not seen some of these, but I mean, honestly, let's be honest, if you're even like just seeing just American films, this is definitely one of them you've seen, because it's a classic. It's really, really good. It has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, so this movie is basically about Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, who is a billionaire. So I'll just read this. A billionaire, industrialist, and genius inventor, Tony Stark, who is played by Robert Downey Jr., is conducting weapons tests overseas, but terrorists kidnap him to force him to build a devastating weapon. Instead, he builds an armored suit and pens his captors returning to America. Stark refines the suit and uses it to combat crime and terrorism. This was released in 2008, so it's been over a decade since this movie released, and it's honestly one of the classic like movies that everyone has seen. So definitely, if you haven't seen this, or if you're just getting into the Marvel universe, watch this first. This is the first movie that you should always watch when you're getting into the Marvel universe. So that came out for the Marvel universe was The Incredible Hulk. Now, this is not my favorite movies, because they changed the actor, and it's like, come on, Mark Ruffalo is such a good Bruce Banner or Hulk, and it's sad that they didn't originally cast Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk, but it's okay. I mean, it's honestly, you could tell it's not people's favorite. It has a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. But basically, this came out in 2008 as well. It actually came out in, I think, June 13th, 2008. It is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It just tells how he became the Hulk. He's just for gamma radiation, absorbed it basically. But scientist Bruce Banner, who is played by Edward Norton in the Incredible Hulk, desperately seeks a cure for the gamma radiation that contaminated his cells and turned him into the Hulk. Cut off from his true love, Betty Ross, who is played by Liv Taylor, and force him to hide from his nemesis, Jen. Thunderbolt Ross, who was played by William Hurt. Banner soon comes face to face with the new threat, a supremely powerful enemy known as the Abomination, who is played by Tim Roth. So yeah, this is not one of the most popular ones. It's not, honestly. I wasn't a big fan of this movie, but it's part of it. So yeah, I mean, if you've never seen like any, or if you don't even know about it, just watch it. I mean, it's not the best, but watch it. It works. So, right, and the next film in the phase 1 is Iron Man 2. This is basically the sequel of Iron Man, obviously. This movie is 2 hours and 4 minutes long. It has a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. This was released on May 7th, 2010, so this is literally like a decade old. This is personally my favorite Iron Man movie. I like this one better than Iron Man 3 and Iron Man. That's just personal preference, but yeah. So again, this is also part of, basically you're gonna meet Black Widow in this, so you're gonna kind of learn about SHIELD a little bit, and you're gonna learn about yeah, you're gonna learn a little bit about more, you're gonna learn about SHIELD and a little bit more about the, you know, like basically Marvel history in a way. So with the world now aware that he is Iron Man, billionaire inventor Tony Stark, who is obviously played by the one and only Robert Downey Jr., faces pressure from all sides to share his technology with the military. He is reluctant to divulge the secrets of his armored suit, fearing the information will fall into the wrong hands. With Pepper Potts, who is played by Gwyneth Paltrow, and Rhodey Rhodes, who is played by Dawn Cheadle. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm definitely butchering that name. By his side, Tony must forge new alliances and confront a powerful new enemy. So this is my favorite out of all of the Iron Man movies. That's just, again, personal preference. But like, this is a good movie. So if you've already like know about it, know about the like how each superhero basically became them, and you know, their superhero name and everything, especially Iron Man. Honestly, if you know how Iron Man became Iron Man, you don't need to watch Iron Man. Just skip to Iron Man 2. And I don't think you don't need to do that. So again, it's again personal preference. I would just say, if you already know about Iron Man, don't waste your time on watching Iron Man, and watch Iron Man 2 instead, and then move on to 3. But yeah. Alright, moving on to the next one, which is Thor. Now, this is, it's a pretty good movie. I personally not the biggest fan of Thor. I mean, Chris Hemsworth is a beautiful actor, very good looking as well. But I'm not a big fan of the Thor history, I'd say, and like Asgard and stuff like that. It's just not my favorite. But yeah, this movie came out in 2011 and was an hour and 55 minutes long. It got a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. And as the son of Odin, which is played by Anthony Hopkins, king of the Norse gods Thor, played by the one and only Chris Hemsworth, will soon inherit the throne of Asgard from his aging father. However, on the day that he is to be crowned, Thor reacts with brutality when the god's enemy, the forest giants, enter the palace in violation of their treaty. As punishment, Odin banishes Thor to Earth, which is actually, they call it Midgard. If you're gonna watch the movie and they'll say Midgard, that's what they mean when they're saying Midgard, they're referring to Earth. while Loki, who's played by Tom Hiddleston, the Loki, the show is coming out. Very excited for that. Thor's brother plots mischief in Asgard. Thor, now stripped of his power, faces his greatest threat. So this is, I personally think, a very important movie if you want to get in, again, the MCU. If you want to get into that and you want to know, obviously, everything about each individual who were part of the Avengers, all of these movies are very important, but specifically to understand a little bit more about like Asgard and Odin, and you know, you're gonna learn about Heimdall, and even they actually do a little bit of reference of Hela. I don't know if anyone really did that, but you guys will notice Hela in Phase 3. So yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie. I just Thor's not my favorite. I mean, yeah, he's pretty cool. You know, he has a sick hammer and everything, but not my favorite. So yeah. So the last and final movie about a specific individual is Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, this is Captain America. I hate him. I hate him with a passion. He's just such an annoying superhero. I mean, technically, sure, he was the first Avenger, but that doesn't mean you get to be the leader and everything, or you get to, you know, he's just so annoying. I don't like him. But, yeah. It's okay though, it's okay. But yeah, Captain America: The First Avenger was released in 2012, to be specific, July 19th, 2011, July 19, 2011 was specifically. It is 2 hours and 4 minutes long, and it actually got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which it hurts a bit because Thor got a 77 and Iron Man 2, one of my all-time favorite movies, got a 72. So I mean, it's whatever though. But basically, it is 1941, and the world is I literally can't speak today. It is 1941, and the world is in the throes of war. Steve Rogers, who is obviously played by the one and only Chris Evans, wants to do his part and join America's armed forces, but the military rejects him because of his small stature. Am I saying that correctly? Basically, he's very skinny, very short compared to other recruits. Finally, Steve gets his chance when he's accepted into an experimental program that turns him into a super soldier called Captain America. Joining forces with Bucky Barnes, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is out now, so pay attention to Bucky Barnes, who's obviously played by Sebastian Stan, and Peggy Carter, who's played by Haley Atwell. Captain America leads the fight against Nazi-backed Hydra organization. So you're actually going to learn about Hydra and Red Skull and SSR and stuff like that in this. And if you actually like that, I recommend to go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You're going to learn like everything there is to learn about Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. and a lot of, you know, you actually learn a ton of stuff about the Avengers and stuff like that as well. So, yeah. It's on Netflix, by the way, in case you didn't know. But yeah, Captain America: The First Avenger. Obviously, the last film in Phase 1 is The Avengers. One of the greatest films ever. This is the first movie of the 4 Avenger movies that are out there. This came out in 2012 and is 2 hours and 24 minutes long. It had a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, and honestly, this is very good movie. It's a really good movie. So I highly recommend to watch this one as well. Basically, when Thor's evil brother Loki, who you guys meet in Thor, obviously played by Tom Hiddleston, gains access to the unlimited power of the energy cube called the Tesseract, Nick Fury, who's played by Samuel L. Jackson, director of S.H.I.E.L.D., initiates a superhero recruitment effort to defeat the unprecedented threat to Earth. Joining Fury's dream team are Iron Man, who is obviously played by the one and only Robert Downey Jr., Captain America, the one and only Chris Evans, the Hulk, which is actually, they changed the actor here and they went with Mark Ruffalo, plays a very good Hulk. Thor, who's obviously played by Chris Hemsworth, the Black Widow, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, and Hawkeye, who's played by Jeremy Renner. This one, you guys, before you guys see this, you guys have to watch the rest of the films that I just mentioned in that order to fully understand everything. It's very important because all of it interacts, and then you have this, and then yeah. So basically, The Avengers, great film, love it. By the way, you guys could get all of them except The Incredible Hulk on Disney Plus. And the reason that you can't get the Incredible Hulk is because it's not owned by Disney. Yeah, right? Let's see. Oh, it's The Incredible Hulk on Disney Plus. Yeah, Universal Pictures owns the distribution rights, so that's why. But yeah, the rest of these are incredibly good movies. I would literally recommend any of these movies to anyone who is into superheroes or just getting into that realm. I think it's so interesting, like the fact that someone could even like come up with this entire universe and have each like group kind of interact at one point, and it's genius. It's honestly genius. So yeah, that was the last movie, The Avengers. So yeah, that was phase 1 of 4 actually. I enjoy talking about this a lot. So leave down in the comments, leave a comment down below in the comment section stating 2 things. 1, who is your favorite Avenger, and 2, what is your favorite movie from phase 1? So all these movies that I just mentioned, which one is your favorite? Comment that down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, as well as if you don't want to comment it or just want to DM me instead, you can also do that. Links in the description below, or at ITZ_FAISA 10, which is 10. So again, at ITZ_FAISA 10, which is 10. So yeah, DM me there, give me a follow if you want. Don't really care about Instagram, but make sure to hit that like button that lets me know that you guys actually like this little movie thing. I'm not a big reader. I'll read books, but it's not like I'll read a book, like a chapter every single day. I'll read like a book in like 2 weeks, a chapter every 2 weeks or something. I know it's pretty bad, but I just enjoy watching movies and TV shows a lot more than reading books. So yeah, if you guys actually want me to do like reviews on TV shows or something, I'll do that as well. Hit that like button, that will let me know. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, because I'm definitely going to be uploading like more movie or TV show, just like, you know, type of content, because I personally really enjoy that, as well as obviously sneaker content, podcasts, sit down videos, and vlogs and stuff like that. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When you do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you guys don't miss an upload, especially when they're podcasts. sit down videos, movie videos, sneaker content, or vlogs. You guys don't want to miss that, so hit that bell icon because that way you guys get notified when I upload. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.